Here guys, this is Daniel and this is the iOS 9 review. So I've been using now iOS 9 for a week since being released last week for the iPhone. Now iOS 9 did not come with a big design change like iOS 7 did, but it did come with some small tiny designs that you might notice. So there's a new font now in the whole iOS 9 ecosystem called San Francisco. It's a new font that Apple created. The next thing you'll notice is now in the keyboard, when you click shift, you'll know when you're using upper or lowercase in the keyboards, which is what a lot of people were asking for. And of course, there's some new wallpapers that came with the update. But those were just the small design features that came with iOS 9. The big features are like one of them, proactive. So proactive is the area where you swipe all the way to the left of the iPhone and you see uh, contact suggestions, app suggestions that you might want to use or text somebody or call somebody. And there's also a location, another feature called Nearby inside Proactive, but I won't be reviewing that since it's not released here in Canada. And then there's also in the bottom, there's the news where it'll show you the latest news from that day when you're checking it or time. So Proactive still has a lot to go to learn from. So I tried it out for like I said a week now, and I didn't find it useful. The last 5 apps. It's mostly just the last 5 apps that you used, and those are the ones that it thinks that you want to use. Now, what I thought Proactive might be was maybe apps that you open in a certain location. So I tested that. I tested this out in like a cafe when I went, and I opened only like maybe a certain app there that I wouldn't here at home, and it did not work. It just showed me the last like 5 apps that I opened, and of course the contacts is just the last 5 contacts that you just texted with or called. But then I tried the feature where like in the WWDC keynote they showed off where when you wake up, the first app that it will show you in the bottom left corner is like the first app you open in the morning. So one of the apps I opened early in the morning is Snapchat, and I did not see an icon or any icon of any app that I opened first in the morning. So it still has a lot of work, iOS 9, to go through. It's not the best right now. The proactive feature is not great. And like I said, there's also another feature in the bottom called Nearby, but because I live in Canada and Apple did not release it here yet, maybe in future updates. And then another big feature is Siri. So Siri has been out for a while now since the iPhone 4S, and Siri has been promoted in iOS 9. You can now tell it to do so much more than before. So you'll be able to ask Siri to remind you to do something when you get home, and it will tell you right when you enter your home that you need to do whatever you remind yourself to do. When you need so all those small things like that are great because before Siri was pretty useless. You could tell her only like maybe the weather. You could tell her to remind you, but not when you get home. You could tell her to like put some music, and it was just mostly the basic stuff. But now the Apple finally is allowing her to do a bit more than before. Another big update that iOS 9 came with is Spotlight and Search. So now Spotlight, you'll be able to search from inside the apps when developers update their apps to the iOS 9. So let's say you save something in Pocket so you can read it later. Now you could just swipe down and use Spotlight to search the name of the title of the article that you saved and without opening the app, and then it will show it to you right there. It will show you the name of the title and then the app icon, Pocket, and you can click it, and you can open it up from there. So you don't have to you don't have to go through all your apps. Just find Pocket, then open your the article you're looking for. But deep linking is also something that Apple has not been really good at, and this might help it with the iOS 9. But deep linking still has a lot of ways to go in iOS 9. But if you want to use deep linking, I recommend you to go download an app called Opener for that. And then another feature that iOS 9 came with is called low power mode. So low power mode is in the settings where you turn it on and it shuts down a lot of the main iPhone's features so that it can save power for an extra maybe 2 or 3 hours. So what it does is stops app refreshing. Maybe if you have a live wallpaper, it will stop it from moving, so that it could give you those extra battery life that you need in the iPhone. Now, when I used it for one whole day, I actually found that it did save a lot of battery. Like at 10 o'clock p.m., it still had like maybe 30% left of battery. And when I tried it without low power mode, I only had about 20% left at the same time of battery mode. And that's like, I use it a lot. Like I have every feature on and everything, like GPS, I use Twitter, I have everything on. I'm a power user, and it did save up a lot of energy in low power mode. But now iOS 9 not only came with some new features like the ones I just talked about, but also came with some app updates. So now in the Notes app, Apple has given it some love, where you can now use it to draw stuff on it. You can insert pictures from your albums to the Notes app, so that you can use it to use for presentations or just to write stuff in it and share it. But other than that, iOS 9 is just mostly an update that has much been needed since iOS 8. But the big thing that I'm still a bit skeptical is proactive on iOS 9. It still has a long way to go from like what Google and Android have, which is way much more better than iOS 9. But I'm still hopeful that in future updates we will get some better proactive stuff in iOS 9. And that's my iOS 9 review, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys did, please do like the video, do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.